What's up, guys? Bang, bang, lunch money time. I'm here with Polina Ivanova Marinova Pompliano. Woo-wee! Looking real sexy today. All right. Don't forget that lunch money is now
I told him
sponsored.
not to say that. Okay, go on.
But I don't listen.
Go
I do
on.
what I want to do. Lunch money is now sponsored by BlockFi. You can go and earn up to 8.6% APY in an interest-bearing account. Go get a damn account. BlockFi is awesome. I'm an investor. I sit on the board. It's a no-brainer in my opinion. But what do I know? Go do your own research. Go sign up. BlockFi.com/pomp.
Before we move on, I want to give a special shout out to an Austinite named Ramsey.
Oh yeah,
Came up
Ramsey,
to
what
us,
up?
And he was great.
Max, what up?
Oh, Max. Yes.
People in Austin have been very nice. We keep having people walk up to us and say hello. Polina was shook twice.
Yeah.
All right, what's up? Goldman.
Okay, but I appreciate you guys watching Lunch Money. Okay.
Goldman
Sachs has recommended short positions against the U.S. dollar, arguing that the risks arising from vaccine trials in the U.S. election are skewed to the downside for the greenback. They're recommending you short the dollar?
Of
What
course.
kind of bullshit is this?
Of course.
Why?
I've been saying that the whole time.
Goldman analysts said they saw low odds for the most dollar positive outcome by the end of the year. So what does it mean to short the dollar?
Just think of every asset is denominated in dollars. So when you go to buy a stock, one Apple share is worth X dollars. If you need more dollars in the future to buy that stock, that can either be because the value of the company went up or the dollar got devalued, right? So like take a piece of real estate, it's an easier example. That piece of real estate probably doesn't change from July of this year to December of this year. But if all of a sudden you need way more dollars to buy that same piece of real estate, it's because the dollar got weaker, right?
Yeah.
You literally need more dollars to buy it rather than the real estate got more valuable. And so the whole idea is asset prices are going to continue to rise, which means that the dollar will weaken. Therefore, if you're short the dollar when that happens, you can make money by being long assets or short the dollar.
Well, that
makes sense. All right, next.
Great for the dollar. All right, Quibi. The short form video app that they tried really hard to make happen. Jeffrey Katzenberg is behind it. 6 months after launching, Katzenberg is looking for a buyer. So far, he has come up short, according to the information. Over the past few weeks, Katzenberg has pitched several tech and entertainment executives about buying Quibi, only to be turned down. They include Eddie Q, Apple Senior Vice President of Internet Software and Services, Warner Media CEO Jason Kilar, and he and his partner Meg Whitman are struggling.
Listen, there's some great people that work at Quibi. They're working hard. They were put in an impossible situation because
put themselves in that situation.
No. The employees did not.
Oh.
The company went out and raised all this money and put all this pressure on the company. But there's people who work in the product department that are awesome. There's people who work in the content department. They're awesome. This is not a comment about any of those people that work there. But take this dog outside and we got to shoot it. It's a wounded dog.
I do not like this metaphor. Use another metaphor.
No,
use another metaphor.
Okay. We need to take the trash out. That's what we need to do. And the reason is because you cannot raise $1 billion+ before you have product market fit. It doesn't work. You literally can suffocate a company with too much money, or you can starve it with not enough. And in this case, they suffocated the company with too much money.
Start it with not enough.
Starve it?
Oh, starve it. I heard start it.
Yeah, so you can starve a company because they don't have money, they run out of money, they eventually die. Or you can literally suffocate a company with too much money. That's what happened in this case. And again, that's not a comment about anyone that works there. It's just that in that situation, it's nearly impossible to be successful.
Go back to the Lunch Money and watch it, the one before Quibi launched, and see what we said, see what I said mainly, because I'm right. Okay.
Do you like this? If we're in Texas, you're like, Sheila.
Okay.
Reach for the sky.
Oh my God. Microsoft has disrupted a massive hacking operation that it said could have indirectly affected election infrastructure if allowed to continue. It took down servers behind TrickBot, an enormous malware network that criminals were using to launch other cyber attacks, including a strain of highly potent ransomware. And basically, Microsoft obtained a federal court order to disable the IP addresses associated with TrickBot's servers. How would it attack the election?
Well, there's all kinds of things that can happen from a cyber security standpoint with the election. You could literally manipulate the election, meaning that you can like trick people into thinking certain things with disinformation, whatever, all like the bots on social media.
It could pose a risk to websites that display election information or to third-party software vendors that provide services to election.
You can hack the actual voting machine. Yeah. You could hack the database that counts all the vote. I mean, there's all kinds of risk points, if you will. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of money that goes into trying to disrupt the elections. There's also a lot of money that goes into trying to protect the elections. So it's just a cat and mouse game like anything else.
Well, that's dangerous. Good for Microsoft for figuring it out.
Okay, next.
Okay, so basically enrollment in U.S. public schools is dropping around the country. 6 months after schools around the country shut their doors amid coronavirus lockdowns, fall enrollment declines come as schools have been scrambling to improve remote learning offerings and to adopt safety procedures to allow buildings to open for in-person. So I think that means that either people are homeschooling or they're sending their kids to private schools.
All I gotta say, what's the point of going on Zoom at the public school? Just go on YouTube.
Well, yeah, but as a kid, how are you supposed to know what you're supposed to learn? That's what a teacher's there for, to guide you through the
Your parent
material.
can tell you, watch this video.
Okay, what if your parent is working during the day?
Most of the parents are working.
Okay, so how do you get your – it's just –
The parents are still sitting there. That's the point. The parents are sitting there overseeing their kid on Zoom. The parents don't just leave the little 4-year-old or 7-year-old at home by themselves.
Not everybody is like that well versed in YouTube education to tell their kid, watch this instead of listening to your teacher. Just saying.
I don't disagree with that, but what I am saying is that it doesn't surprise me. Again, it's not that everyone is leaving public schools. It's that a portion, and maybe that portion might be 5%, but I would argue that the 5% of kids that are leaving might be the 5% of parents that are positioned or desire to help their kid. So it's not a binary thing. It's just, of course, if you're going to have kids sit at home and the parents are there, look, frankly, a lot of parents are probably like, wait a second. My kid's not getting a good education going to the school that they're going to. And so maybe they want to put them in private school. Maybe they want to homeschool them. Maybe they say YouTube does it better.
Again, I think that homeschooling and private schooling and even maybe YouTube is for a certain class of people who have the money to afford that type of education.
Well, is homeschooling dependent on financial well-being?
Yes. Because it requires somebody to stay home with the kid and teach them. And also, let's say you're the kid of like immigrants and they don't really speak the language. Like there's a lot of factors that are.
That's all fair.
Okay.
I think the point just being that some percentage of people, I don't think that homeschooling is only for rich people, right? I think that it ends up being people do it for different reasons as well. And, for example, maybe your kid aspires to be a professional athlete, or maybe your kid literally, like, it wouldn't surprise me if we start seeing parents homeschooling their kids who want to be like these like influencers, like on YouTube and things like that. So it keeps them out of school, gives them more hours to do that, but also teach them.
If I'm a single mom and I'm working all day, how am I supposed to homeschool my kid?
But my point is, you are homeschooling them right now because they're not going to school. They're sitting there on Zoom at home.
Yeah, but there is a curriculum.
Agreed. I agree.
Okay.
All right. Can we agree to disagree on this one?
We will create a YouTube school, and then you can say it's.
Nah, I'm not doing that because nobody wants to listen to me. All right, next. Oh, speaking of influencers.
Influencers are being taken advantage of, so now they're unionizing. Okay. So basically, sorry, I lost it. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds awesome. That was a great topic.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to read really fast right now.
Waiting.
An industry trade group named the American Influencer Council was launched in the U.S., while in Germany, some YouTuber with more than 2.6 million subscribers is fighting to have his recognized by
the tech giant.
What tech giant? It doesn't.
Basically, at the end of the day, what's happening is there's a bunch of influencers. They feel like they're being taken advantage of in a financial perspective. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to create this union but usually unions are focused on a corporation or an entity, and you unionize. Sometimes it's in an industry.
So,
go ahead.
Yeah. So the influencer industry estimated to be worth 15 billion pounds. Sorry, guys, this is a Guardian article. It's in pounds, not dollars. Estimated to be worth 15 billion pounds worldwide by 2022. Can and does exploit its workers, many of them being young women. In 2018, tech reporter Taylor Lorenz revealed that the talent management agency Speaker owed influencers thousands in unpaid fees. The influencers she interviewed had posted ad campaigns orchestrated by Speaker, but their invoices remained unpaid for months. So basically, like, these kids are young, they're being taken advantage of because they don't know what they're doing, basically. And people who do know what they're doing are exploiting some of them.
Makes complete sense.
But do you think that a union is the right way to go? I don't even know what a union with influencers kind of looks like.
Yeah, it's like an industry union. Like the Steel Workers of America.
The Steel Workers. Okay.
I used to pass that every day in New York. Shout out to the Steel Workers of America.
Yeah, those guys looked like they could.
They weren't playing around.
No.
All right, next.
There's a startup called Bespoken Spirits. It says it's using science to produce better whiskeys. I'm already skeptical. It just raised $2.6 million in seed funding from semiconductor mogul TJ Rogers and baseball legend Derek Jeter. Basically, with bars and restaurants closed or operating at limited capacity. Okay, hold on, that's not what we want. While most whiskeys mature in oak barrels for at least 5 years and some for 30 years, Bespoken Spirits, founded by Aaron and material scientist Martin Janusek, use technology that extracts the key elements of the barrel that enhance aroma, color, and taste in a matter of days. So you get whiskey in a matter of days.
That makes sense.
I don't like this.
Why? Of course, people they're going to try to decrease the inefficiencies.
I don't trust whiskey not in a barrel. I don't trust meat grown in a lab. I don't trust.
I'm cool with the whiskey. I'm not cool with the meat. The meat in the lab is a little weird.
Well, you're not cool with the whiskey. You're still putting it in your body, and it was created not right.
Next.
Oh, shoot, that's it.
She don't have a joke ready.
Oh, my God, guys. Okay, so do you want to try your best joke? What is your best joke?
I don't need to tell any jokes.
What is a cow that has no legs?
A fat, legless cow.
Ground beef.
Didn't you say this one already?
Yes, but it's off the top of my head.
Yeah, it wasn't funny the second time either. That's fine. All right, guys, that's it for Lunch Money today. She's going to sneeze in a second, but who cares? We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Bang, bang. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Lunch Money as much as we did.
And don't forget, Lunch Money is now sponsored by BlockFi, so go check them out. There's a link in the description that you can click on. I'm an investor, a user, and a huge fan. What?
You're a bigger fan of BlockFi than you are of me?
BlockFi is my second favorite thing in the world behind Polina. They've got 3 products. They can give you a US dollar loan. You can earn up to 8.6% interest on an interest-bearing account, or you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies on their crypto exchange. I personally use the interest-bearing account. There's not very many places where you'll find up to 8.6% interest on a deposit in an interest-bearing account. Go do your own research. There's risk associated, but 8.6% is pretty compelling. So click on the link in the description. Say thanks to the folks at BlockFi. Subscribe to our channel. Like the video. Annoy Polina in the comments. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
And be kind to your friends.